Hoban. Just two games away. Oh yeah, I'm not even getting up today. No, I don't even care. I don't even care. Nate's beard is so much better than your beard. Playoff beard. This is the Section 14 guy with this attitude? I'm Section 14 guy. Come on! Now snap out of it and give me a TIG. TIG. Well, that was no TIG. That was a horrible TIG. Give me a TIG. TIG. Please. TIG. ERS. TIG. ERS. TIG. I said ERS. TIG. ERS. TIG. ERS. TIG. ERS. TIG. ERS. TIG. ERS. Now get out there and beat McKinley in 2023. Woo-hoo-hoo! Also, be sure you subscribe to Tiger Talk. Welcome to Tiger Talk, episode 17, our season 1 finale. Welcome to the show, Becca and Nate.
Welcome to At Home with Coach Moore.
Yeah, we end up where it all started. Stark Media in the beginning, they needed us. You know what I mean? And now they've grown, they're a conglomerate. You can't even book the vault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, couldn't even book the vault.
Look at what's happened to us. So let's start with the rough part first, and then we'll move on. How are you viewing the game now, Coach, with a couple days past?
Well, I haven't viewed it other than live. I'm kind of a sore loser, so I haven't watched the film yet. That'll be upcoming. But I mean, the story of the game was really our inability to move the ball effectively and get first downs, and leaving our defense on the field for too many plays. Against a great team, you know, you got to give all the credit to Hoban first, and you know they're a great team, and you know they're the better team on the field last Friday. But yeah, we couldn't collect enough first downs, keep our offense on the field.
Obviously there are two plays that were very glaring, the two pass plays. Were those broken plays or were those trick plays? Hoban's 2 long touchdowns.
I wouldn't call them trick plays. The second play was, I don't know that you call it a trick play. It was a hard play action with a stuttering go by the receiver, kind of a double play action, and it just like you know the safeties are fill and run, and instead of have their eyes on their guy or their area, so we just got it's just eyes in the backfield, getting sucked up against the run. They're great running offense with a great running back, and we had too many eyes in the backfield.
What about the first play? The first long touchdown, same thing?
Yeah, I mean, it was essentially the same thing on both of them. The first one was a hard play action with they had two fullbacks, and the outside fullback released down the pipe is what we would call it. It's a version of T pipe. You know, it's tough. Just eyes in the backfield.
Did we play Steubenville your first year as a coach?
We did.
Yes.
Did they beat us real bad?
They did.
I don't know if this is helpful or not, but I thought about that game. I don't know if you remember it, but that seemed to happen to us a lot in that game, where just like a guy really got open. And I was thinking how far we've come. Like, you've really brought the team around to your defense, that really that's the only time. Those two plays are the first times that happened all year. And so from a growth standpoint, look at how far we've come over the time. I don't know if that's helpful or not, but it was something that I thought of. Like, I don't know. That's what those plays reminded me of.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of boils down to lack of discipline, but kind of not, because your safeties are going to be conflict players, meaning that they're responsible for both run and pass. I mean, obviously they're responsible for the pass first, but they're also hugely involved in the run game and running the alley. We just got caught with eyes down.
I don't know. I was really proud of the Tigers. No penalties in the first half. That, I think, was incredible. And I was so proud of them for that. I mean, I know that's not why you play, but that's a big growth. I thought we were tough. We scored 3 touchdowns. We stuffed them a lot. Nothing to hang our heads about. I thought it was a great game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would call it a great game. And the no penalties in the first half, I just think that goes to show, so many people complain about penalties, and I think that's very overrated. I don't know that no penalties is exactly the goal. We want to go out and play hard. We want to play our tails off, and we want to avoid stupid penalties, no doubt. But it's not, you can't go out there and try to not have penalties. You're not going to be very good.
Okay, so yeah,
I don't know. I mean, we got our butts whooped is really what it comes down to. And I think defensively, yeah. I mean, those two play actions were tough, but once again, I mean, that's you guys are out there playing hard, and those things are going to happen. We don't want them to happen. Nobody wants those things to happen, but those are going to happen over the course of a game. We needed to be able to produce first downs, right? Which hopefully turns into points in the first half. And it just didn't happen. We struggled with their defensive line. Their defensive line was really good. We knew that going into it. But we really struggled with their defensive line, especially the interior guys were really good, both in the run game and in pass protection. We needed to produce first downs. We needed to produce first downs through the air, and didn't happen. We did a better job coming out in the third quarter and kind of crawled our way back in to the ball game and until we lost it again.
But that's what I'm saying. We played tough. We never quit. We didn't give up. It wasn't. That's what I'm saying about. I guess it's, of course, our goal isn't to go out and get no penalties. But I'm saying it. My son said something that I thought was really smart and simple. He said, every year we want to play until we meet a team that we can't beat. That didn't happen last year. That's not how last year ended. We didn't meet a team that we can't beat and our season was over. That didn't happen in 2018. our star player on both sides of the ball is sitting in a wheelchair with a blanket on them in the side. You know, we didn't go to the best of our ability and our season ended. I feel that's what happened this year. We have nothing to hang our heads about. That was a good game. We didn't make a ton of mistakes. We played hard. We played like Tigers. I'm proud to be a Massillon Tiger. That's what I'm saying.
I'll accept that.
Woo, whooshu. I got that accepted.
You might be in the clear. I was like, he's never going to talk to you again after this.
Those weren't even hard questions. You got to ask about those two plays. I mean, I don't know. I just wasn't. I don't know. I don't. Someone posted like how many playoff wins we have versus the last 6 years versus the 41 years before that, and they're almost even. We're on the right track, and everything's fine. Heck with that. Becca, did you have anything about the game? Because I don't want to spend a lot of time there. I would rather talk about the season.
You know, my favorite actually play of the game was seeing Will Trell like go up and catch a ball over one of the Hoban's players and like bring it in, because I actually happened to be down in the end zone watching it happen, and I was just amazed at his grit and ability not to give up. And that was a tough catch. I don't know if you've seen any videos of it. I mean, I just think that our kids, I think our kids are amazing. And I love that play because that play is going to live in my memory. I know we didn't win, but it was amazing to see in person, like watching it happen in slow motion, I guess, in my head.
That play, it got nominated on one of the internet social media national sites for the play of the week.
Yeah, it was
last week. And that's, going from a guy in Will Trell, who I love dearly, who couldn't catch cold his sophomore year, to making that catch in the biggest game of the year, senior year. It was a phenomenal catch.
Yeah.
It's an ESPN type highlight.
Yeah. And I love that kid. And he actually won the Bob Cummings Hard Nose Award on Tuesday this past week.
2022 Bob Cummings Hard Nose Award winner, Will Trell Hartson.
And it was really cool just to, not just his stats, but just he's so humble. I think he's super humble. He's super grateful to coaches, and he's just a hardworking kid. So, I look really forward to seeing him grow and where he goes from here. And some of the other seniors that we got close to, it was fun to sit at the touchdown club on Tuesday and listen, to the guys talk to each other, even though they're not happy with how the season ended. It was a good time just sitting there, just them talking over their high school careers, and Angela Salvino was there, and we just kind of laughed and had a good time. And that was nice. It was nice.
I would say my favorite play was when Jalen did his clap and then did it again, but we didn't move, and they ran off sides. That was awesome. Who called that? That was wonderful.
So the quarterback has the ability to control that. So
that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It was, because we hadn't done it before.
Yeah, and I think we should probably highlight the play of Braylon Tolles, sophomore receiver. Yeah, that's some dynamite catches. I think 10 catches for 100 some yards in that game, and they're putting 2-3 guys over Ardell, which that's to be expected, and other guys have to be able to step up if when they're going to bracket Ardell, and Braylon stepped up big time. Yeah,
he is wonderful, and he had a great game. How is Calix? Is he fine? Is he okay?
It's good. He's fine. He got cleared that night, I believe. But he's been at school, and he's good to go. It was at basketball practice today. I watched him a little bit.
Well, then that is what we want to hear. you know, you never want to see someone get hurt, especially that close to the end of the game. And, you know, this is just me talking, you know, I would love to see Massillon fans support the team positively. Always, you know, that's what I used to tell my son when we were little. We cheer for, not against, but you know, what are we going to do? It's a rough loss. I totally understand how people feel. But let's talk about this season. I mean, it was a great season. A lot of records came down, because then there's a year-end banquet as well, right?
Yeah, our banquet's scheduled for December 15th. It's actually open to the public. Tickets are available at the ticket office and O'Reilly Auto Parts on the east side of town, next to the old Kmart. Tickets are $30. Doors open at 5:30. Dinner at 6.
Yeah, it's a good dinner. It actually is like
It's at St. George's.
it's
Good
really
church.
good when you don't try to tell jokes.
You don't think I'm funny?
It's not funny when you use me as your joke.
I typically open the bank with a joke about Becca.
It's not- one time I didn't talk to him for like 3 days. I was so mad.
Sometimes they're good.
Well, I mean, I think we did notice that you opened the Nate Moore show with a joke very similar to the one that I opened Tiger Talk to. So what I like to think, and I have notes down here that I sort of skipped over. One is trickle down football playoff system. And see, I'm learning from you. I'm learning to not shoot my mouth off and become more, you know, keep it together, try to say nice things.
Well, if you have
Your
jokes that you can send my way I can open up the banquet with.
I mean, you know, that's my specialty. I think people are still laughing at the cold open of this episode. I think Massillon loves my bits. There's no doubt about that. We got to thank Krause's because they sponsored us all year. We have to thank Stark Media and TJ Downing, who did so much every single week. JP for letting us use the vault. Who else do we have to thank, Becca?
I mean, obviously, Simon Says, you know, they gave us t-shirts. I mean, I think you got at least one t-shirt, right?
I got one. How many did you get?
I don't know, 5. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
And you know, thank the players for coming in.
And the players
sharing
for
some time
coming in.
with us.
Yeah. It was really fun to have the players in and just hear different perspectives. And I thought they all did an amazing job, you know?
Yeah.
So
I mean, they really did. I wondered if they were going to talk or loosen up, and everyone did. And we want to thank Obi for coming in and being a guest with us. I thought her story was amazing. I did not know they have to write an essay to become Obi. That was one of my favorite interviews the whole year, just because I didn't know any of that.
and he asked a question.
I know, and that got more comments.
Lord? Yeah.
Yeah, that got comments all over the internet. Nate's asking questions now.
Yeah, I enjoyed that too. I
Yeah.
enjoyed learning about Obi.
Yeah, I mean, she was a great Obi, and she came up through the stands, and I got to get my picture taken with her finally, and she even recognized me. So I think if the point of Tiger Talk was to make me just a little more famous in Massillon, Section 14, it's hard to go backwards. There we go.
Yeah.
A lot of Section 14 guys are happening to me while I'm out there.
I just want to say though, if next year, could you maybe work on getting a black snowsuit or an orange snowsuit? You know,
that snowsuit I've been wearing to the games for years and years. That's playoff classic, is that snowsuit. I've never been cold. I can get there the hour and a half early, get my good seat, and be fine.
I could spot you from up in the box.
As I should be spotted. That
was so good.
I mean, come on, that's exactly the way it should be. Also, we want everyone to subscribe to Tiger Talk all season long. We were doing episodes, so it was easy to catch us, but we're hoping to do some off-season ones. I have a goal that I don't know if it will happen, but I would love to interview every ex-Massillon head coach. I think that would be really fascinating. So you got to subscribe, because who knows when we're going to do those things.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite thing about Tiger Talk, Scott?
I mean, it has to be listening to Lil Wayne.
I knew it was gonna
I
be something
mean,
interesting. Yeah.
I'm telling you something right now. We're not doing the hype song next year because that was horrible. I truly hated really every song I listened to. I truly hated it. And so
Except
that,
trophies.
no, I mean, that was the only one I could pick, but I hated listening to it. It was absolutely, so we're not doing, I already have the idea that we're doing for next year, assuming we're coming back. Fans are
Yeah.
asking, they want us to come back. And we got 18,000 downloads.
Mm.
Isn't that insane?
That's so awesome.
It's a lot.
Like, I did not think this would take off this way. But no, my favorite part was getting Krause's to sponsor us. I never thought that would happen.
Yeah, it was really good. Maybe you should move home for during the season, like some people do. They like live in Florida or Arizona. They just live in Massillon for football season and then they leave when it's over.
Well, I'll be home for the first game always and the McKinley game always.
Yes.
We are never doing that drive. We put 2,500 miles on the car in 3 days.
Jeez.
That
Yeah.
was stupid. We're never, that's out. That's never
That's out.
happening again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dumb. We
Yeah.
don't have to worry about that. What was your favorite part, Becca?
You know, my favorite part of Tiger Talk was just, you know, the different guests, but I actually liked it when we had JP on that one week because he's like just he's so funny. Like he's just I love just the interactions that we had of Tiger Talk. I actually did love the hype songs because I couldn't wait to hear what was going to come out of people's mouths, and the fact that sometimes you like stumbled over like who they were saying the artist were, so that like
Yeah, I
made-
never heard. I didn't know.
I've never heard of some of these either. So
No, it's
I
not
just
for me.
I loved it because I feel like I loved every minute of it because you know I've seen Nate interview a lot. I've seen the kids interview a lot, and I feel like they felt comfortable because they knew we were looking for positive, you know. So I loved everything about Tiger Talk because it felt positive and fun, and you know, it didn't feel like at home with Coach Moore because you actually talked.
Yeah, I won't put you on the spot and ask Nate what your favorite part was because we all know it was eating wings with me. So
Oh yeah,
there's really no reason to ask. The
Yeah.
reason that I wanted to do this show was because I think the local media in Stark County is an embarrassment for how not just covering Massillon football, honestly, all the way around. I think I said on the show the one week, I literally couldn't find if McKinley won or lost their game because I'm sure I'm not the only Massillon fan that likes to know what McKinley does, Glen Oak does, Perry does. I know they don't like to look in at what we do, but I'm a Stark County football fan. I grew up there. I used to read the paper I mean, that's what you do. And now that's gone. And it, you know, I saw it dying over the last couple of years, and I wanted to create a place where people like me who are no longer in town can find out about Massillon and get the truth about Massillon, not how people want to reflect what Massillon's about. So I hope that we reflected. I consider Massillon football to be all about family. To me, it's family based. You know, Nate's busted my chops many times this year saying that's a fan thing. I don't answer those questions. That's for fans to speculate. And I'm going to flip that back on Nate and say, you know, your seniors are hurting and your coaches might be hurting, but I'm not hurting. I'm a Massillon Tiger fan. I'm so proud of this team. I'm proud of what's been done. That's for the team to worry about that. I want to beat McKinley. I want to be proud of being a Massillon fan. I want to go to the games. I want to hear the band. I want to see Obi. That's what I've done my whole life. So that's what Massillon's about to me.
Appreciate it.
So I'm going to end with a reading. We're going to end our season with a reading from the 15 for 15 book, because I think as people are maybe out there hurting, I want to read what David Lee Morgan and I came up with to end the 15 for 15 book. This was after we lost the state championship. As the buses drove into downtown Massillon, there were more fans waiting to congratulate us there than for any other previous playoff game. Thousands of smiling, cheering faces. They were chanting, they were clapping. I wiped away the condensation of my window. I could see faces for just a second as we drove by them. I could see right into their eyes, as if I was seeing into their souls for just a flash. I recognized what I saw. I had seen it every week for months. They looked the same as they did at the McKinley parade. They were ready to go beat McKinley again. They looked the same as they did at our season opener against St. V. They were ready for the next season to start again. I'm pretty sure they looked the same as they did the year before, and the year before that, and the decade before that. They weren't broken. They were born for this. They were bred for this. It was Tiger Town. It was Massillon, Ohio. Were they sad? You bet. But they weren't giving up. They were just getting started. A few hours after the end of the 2019 season, this group of football fanatics was ready to suit up and do it all over again. Go Tigers.
Go
Very nice.
Tigers. TIG.
DRS.